Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, June 7th, 2015 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is as I think, so I am. And we have the moon making lots of connections today, but this is all actually happening before 8 a.m. Pacific time. So we have a lot going on, and then it's like mellow morning on the West Coast and afternoon. So the moon is going to meet up with the sun, with Jupiter, with Mars, and Uranus. So the sun and the moon are going to trine. Sun is in Gemini, moon in Aquarius. Air energy, mental energy, chit-chattering, monkey mind. Pay attention to what you think. You don't have to believe everything that you think. Not everything you think is true. I'm working with some people with finding my cat. I'd like her to come in. And my cat has made up some really interesting stories about what she thinks is happening, that I was bringing her here to leave her here. And it just reminds me of how often we do it. I know I make up stories in my head about what's going on all the time. And you never know until you know. And that's okay. You don't have to know. But if you're going to make a story up today, you might as well make it a good one. Just going to leave it at that. So speaking of a good story, the moon is going to be opposite Jupiter, lighting up our heart. So hopefully Jupiter will be feeding some fantasy energy into the stories. The moon is going to be trining Mars. So, again, this is happening at 5:30 a.m. So you may have that little burst of that energy when you first get up, but chances are that's already in your past. You might experience that more in your dreams than actually in waking energy. But if you have something that's like, yes, this feels like a yes, and you're ready to take that move, take that move. And then finally, the moon's going to meet up with Uranus. There's going to be a sextile between the moon and Uranus. And Uranus rules Aquarius energy. So that's very Aquarian. So again, think Tesla energy. So out of the box that there never even was a box. You couldn't even fathom a box because it's so out of the box. So if you have any of that coming in, again, don't judge your thoughts. You don't need to judge them. Write them down and see how they can evolve, because some magic can definitely come from this. Now, what I do want to mention, I keep bringing this up, but it's very important. Saturn is about to move back into Scorpio. Neptune is going retrograde this week. So Saturn has been in Sagittarius, kind of, even though Saturn's like a harder energy to sometimes work with, it likes to give you lessons. Saturn in Sagittarius has an element of lightness. But with Saturn retrograde back into Scorpio, kind of push away that light of the Sagittarius. And Neptune brings along faith. And so Neptune retrograde, it kind of is like, oh, you may not be able to see it. So you have to get in a place where you don't need to see it to believe it. You need to feel it. And that's where Jupiter and Venus are coming in, opening up, lighting up your heart chakra. And what's cool is that Jupiter is working towards trining with Uranus. So, especially if you have something like 19, 20, 21 in Leo degrees, this could be an interesting little transit coming up. So this is the time now, before Saturn completely leaves Sagittarius, before Neptune goes retrograde, while we're working with all this mental energy, to remind yourself that you don't have to see it. It doesn't have to be physical for you to believe it, that you can believe. You can have faith without seeing. And I mean, many of us, I did, grew up with that premise growing up Catholic, but there's a lot more to that in the world. So keep your energy trained on the light. So speaking of that, the card I pulled is Inner Voice, tuning into you. You know more than you think you know. And it's time to really listen to you. And I think with this Neptune retrograde, we often like to look out there for our guides and to God and whatever, whatever you look to. But there's also an inner knowing. And it's really a good time to tune into that so that, you can be prepared for this week as everything starts to shift. So that is it for today. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.